Okay, so let's go ahead and select programs from the drop-down menu, and we'll choose Conduit. Okay, what this program does is allows you to figure out what size conduit you need for the combinations of wires you might come up with. Let's get rid of the job, and let's call this home number 1. And as with the others in notes, we'll remove all the notes. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is select a wire. So let's go to the first pull down menu and scroll down until we see the wire that we choose to select. Let's go ahead and stop at 10 American wire gauge RHH, RHW, and RHW2. Okay, so we've selected number 10 wire with this insulation thickness value. It has a diameter of 0.236, and each wire has an area in square inches of 0.04370. Okay, we're going to select 3 conductors. The next wire we're going to select is the same one, but we're only going to have 1 conductor. Notice that we've derated down to 80% now because we have 3 plus wires. But if we turn this one into a grounded conductor, we go back to 100% rating. Okay, so now we have to find out what conduits fit well, the best fitting conduits. So we go next conduit, and it says that a metallic tubing 3/4 inch will work. Next conduit, a non-metallic tubing 3/4 inch will also work. So keep scrolling through this, and it shows all the different conduits that fit. Keep scrolling, and notice that when we get to a rigid non-metallic conduit, it jumps from 3/4 inch to 1 inch because the thickness of the conduit is going to reduce the internal diameter of the conduit, forcing us to go up in size. If we had a conduit that was less than 24 inches, however, we can click this and now select conduits, and notice it dropped to even 1/2 inch because now we're permitted to go up to 60% fill. But we don't have 24 inches and less, so we deselect it, and look what happens. It shows that we need more than 1 conduit, a conduit plus, to accommodate it. So let's check for the next conduit, and it jumps up to 3/4 again. All right, so let's say we selected 3/4 EMT, electrical metallic tubing, and let's preview it, and we can see what print off we're going to be looking at here. This shows 10 American wire gauge with this insulation value, 3 wires, and it's not grounds. The next 10, same insulation, it's a ground. Therefore, we have 100% rating of the wires, and we're using electrical metallic tubing 3/4 inch. Okay. Now if we wanted to add more wires to this, we could scroll down, and let's say that we wanted to put number 8s in there, and then we wanted to put, let's say, three number 8s, and notice we now have a deration of 80% of the capacity of the wires. Go to next conduit, next conduit. Now we've jumped to 1 1/4 inch. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it again here, and we're going to use 2 American wire gauge, and we're going to have 4 of those. Next conduit, notice that we jump to a 2 inch EMT requirement. And so we have 4 number 10s, we have 3 number 8s, and 4 number 2s. And let's go one more here just to make it a little more confusing. We're going to put some 12 American wire gauge, and we're going to put 8 of those. Next conduit. Now we jump to 2.5 inch conduit of PVC RNC, rigid non-metallic conduit. The next. So we can see by scrolling through this, we can use intermediate metal conduit of 2 inch. That will be fine if we wanted to choose that. Then we'll go print preview. And now we can scroll down and look at all the wires that we're putting in the conduit, all the dimensions. The total number of wires is 19, but now we're derated down to 50% of the ampacity of the wires, and we're putting it in the intermediate rigid conduit number 2. Okay, that concludes the demo here for conduit size calculator.